actually you helped spearhead this film getting made, because when Peter said that you were on board, that's why, you know, like he was really excited, and he decided to direct the film.
Well, I was the first person that they cast, and I thought I was going for an audition. I didn't think I was being offered the part when I went over to Warner Brothers. So that was a completely mind-blowing experience. But yeah, it had been kicking around at Warner Brothers for a while. They'd been trying to figure out how to do it, you know, and I think the sticking point for everybody was what tone. You know, do you do a dead-on knockoff of the original series? Do you do it set in the 60s? Do you do it modern day? I mean, there were a lot of different questions and options to go. And my idea was to do like a Born Supremacy kind of movie that was funny, and to have real action and make it look big. You know, make it look like a big action movie in which the characters didn't know that they were in a comedy. They think they're in a real spy movie. So that's the way I wanted it to look, and that was sort of the genesis of the whole thing.
I was talking to the cast, and they said that you had the best poker face, and yet still managed to make everybody crack up the most on set. Like, well, like, at any point did you ever lose it on?
There's a scene where Alan Arkin is trying to pronounce
telling me about that.
the name of one of the villains, and I must have ruined 10 or 15 takes, and every time he would say something, I think I had it pulled together, and then he'd say another ridiculous word, and I couldn't. I was crying by the end of the day.
I have to ask though, you know, you're in this moment, people are saying funny things. How did you, Steve, kind of like back away from laughing at, you know, like, do you go in the zone? Do you like,
you know, if there is a zone when funny things like that are happening, and I finally was able to pull it together, and what I think about is that, you know what, Alan is doing such a great job, and it's so funny that me laughing is spoiling it for the audience that's going to eventually watch it. So it's like, it's out of respect for him and what he's doing that finally gets you to contain. Because it's hard sometimes. Because some of these people are so incredibly funny that you can't help yourself. But I think that's what you have to keep in the back of your head. I
was telling Anne, I said it was really cool to watch both you and her be almost like action virgins of sorts. What was it like to kind of be in harnesses and kicking? And is this some, I don't know.
It's ridiculous. It's, you know, it's nothing that I ever thought that I'd clearly be doing. This is not in my wheelhouse at all. But it was fun. You know, it was fun. You'd show up. What are we going to do today? Oh, we're hanging from the ceiling and we're going to smash it into a bus. That sounds great. You know, I'll do it. So yeah, it was just playing around.
At any point did it get a little bit, ooh, ouch? Like, were there any accidents on set, or was it pretty well?
It worked all pretty well. Anne had a couple mishaps in terms of fight sequences. She was fine, but you know, you get over exuberant. You think, oh, I can do better one last take, and then you mess up your ankle or you do something. I broke the window of a bus with my face, so I was extremely proud of that. I just thought, what a great story that I smashed in, because Pete said, can you hit the side of the bus, glass with your face, because it would look good from the camera inside. And so I did it and just just cracked it. So I thought, that's pretty cool.
You got your bag.
See that? Try that, Daniel Craig. Walking around in your Speedo. You try to break the side of a bus with your face. Bet you can't.
You're after his gig. The 00, that's the next step.
Oh, really. I don't want his gig. Pansy. Speedo wearing pansy. Ugh.
Let's start a celebrity feud right now.
Come on. Let's get it on.
Speaking of getting it on, you and Mr. Dwayne have a nice moment of lip locking, and he said that you have really soft lips. So how do you prepare for a moment of
I like the way you put that, a moment of it was, probably my favorite moment to shoot, at least. And I kept screwing up takes just so we would get another chance at doing it. He's a great guy, and we just, again, it's one of those things you just laugh all the way through the day, because it's the anticipation of what people are going to do when they see it. You know, because that's what it's all about. You know, you do things and you think, oh, if that comes out half as well as I think it might have, that could be a really funny moment. And you know, and then you see the movie and it plays, and it's funny because the director at one point, when he was testing audiences and seeing what works and what doesn't, he would set up a camera facing the audience, like an infrared, like night vision camera. And we watched that sequence, and we watched people's faces reacting to it, and it was priceless because they can't believe it's about to happen, and then it does, and they go crazy. So it's nice to have moments like that. It was fun.
There's a lot of these moments. Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
My
Really nice
pleasure.
talking to you.
Nice talking to you.
Thank you.